Governorates of the Sultanate. Good evening once again, and thank you for joining us. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos sent cabinet greetings to His Excellency President Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador of Mexico on his country's independence anniversary. Election committees in all the Sultanate wilayas announced today the preliminary list for Shura Council members' elections for the 9th term in prominent places at Their Excellencies the Wali's offices. The Minister of Interior mentioned that the list, which includes 713,335 male and female voters, are available in the elections website, noticing that all interested could object on the names listed through a request in the elections website. The objections should be provided to the Elections Committee within 5 days from the list announcement day, explaining reasons behind the objection attached with the supporting documents. The committee shall issue its decision in the objection within 10 days from the next day of the expired day of the period stated previously. The Sultanate is hosting the International Society for the Prevention of Child Abuse and Neglect in cooperation with the Ministry of Social Development, Sultan Qaboos University Children First Association and the United Nations Children Fund in Oman. I was present there and I have this report. Over 1 billion children worldwide experience violence annually. Violence against children is never acceptable and can be brought to an end. Hence, more needs to be done, better and faster, to protect children worldwide from all forms of violence. Around 400 experts, professionals and high-level officials from over 35 different countries around the world are attending the 2019 ISPCAN International Conference organized for the first time in the Sultanate.
We're very proud to host such an international important conference here in Oman, the 6th Arab International ISPCAN Conference. We're proud to have it, especially within Muscat. And of course, as you know, the theme is protecting children from any sort of negligence and violence. The role of Sultan Qaboos University as one of the main organizing committee, scientific committee as well as Children First Association, which also participated in it, and Ministry of Social Development and the UNICEF. So we all work together in hosting it. We hope it will breed a lot of good results, which we can take and apply into force, especially that there are 227 scientific papers that will be discussed here.
The international platform will allow 400 eminent experts, policymakers, researchers and practitioners from over 35 countries to share their wealth of knowledge and experiences at the national, regional and international levels in the field of child rights and child protection, promoting evidence-based practices in preventing and responding to child maltreatment.
Well, child abuse is an international phenomenon, and it does not escape Oman or the Arabic region. We're all learning and challenged by the issues to protect children. And so this is a wonderful conference that brings all of us together from many disciplines. You know, as child abuse is a complex puzzle, and we each have a responsibility to know our piece of puzzle, whether it's child protection, law enforcement, mental health, medicine, working collaboratively to understand the needs of children, protect them, and ultimately make sure that those children who have experienced maltreatment get the services that they need so they can have healthy and future productive childhoods.
Many protection themes will be addressed during the conference, ranging from violence against children, child abuse, cyberbullying, domestic violence, and its impact on the well-being of the child, legislation, successful initiatives addressing child violence.
I'm so delighted to be here in Oman. Oman is certainly going to lead the war against abuse and neglect of children from the Arab region and Asia and Pacific. Now, I come from New Delhi, India, and I see millions of children. And I'm sure Oman has also got a similar kind of problems with their children needing care and protection. So this conference, which is a gathering of experts multidisciplinary from all over the world, is truly an international congress. I'm very, very proud and delighted, and congratulations to Oman for bringing it together.
In a world dominated by conflicts and violence, UNICEF will also introduce during the closing ceremony a new dimension to child protection by evidencing the power of music as a healing agent. The famous composer and musician Jad Rahbani will present with Omani children. Also, and on the occasion of the 30th anniversary of the CRC, the Sultanate of Oman will launch the Child Protection Ambassadors Program.
Child abuse, as Martin said, is a global phenomenon. Millions of children are abused and neglected. And for that, we have to start right from the parents, the first systems of protecting children. We have to empower the families to protect. Next to their proximate communities where these children live. We have to protect children in all the spaces, such as schools, such as wherever they go. And we have to make safe spaces for children. It's extremely important that children need just not health or development, they need protection. Because none of the goals of child health will be met till all children are protected.
The protection of children from all forms of violence is a fundamental right that cannot be taken lightly, a right that encapsulates the Convention on the Right of the Child. Oman takes its obligations under the different UN conventions related to women and children seriously, especially in regards to the implementation and monitoring of the Convention on the Rights of the Child. Still to come in our news bulletin. 2 scientific projects qualified to final stage of the Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry Innovation Award. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. The Minister of Health launched travel medicine clinics under the auspices of His Excellency Dr. Ahmed bin Mohammed Al-Saidi, Minister of Health. More details in the following report. The Minister of Health has launched travel medicine clinics as a medical service in the primary health care institutions in the Sultanate. The Directorate General for Disease Surveillance and Control and the Directorate General of Primary Health Care have jointly worked to establish travel medicine services in the Sultanate, and the pre-travel service will be provided in primary health care institutions.
We are very pleased to have launched travel medicine health in Oman today. There are over 1.4 billion travelers a year worldwide, and there are many diseases which are luckily they are not present in Oman, but our public need to be aware when they travel to other countries what are these diseases are, and particularly what we're talking about infectious diseases, which can be very serious. The travel health is going to be integrated in our primary health care. Therefore, I urge all those living in Oman, if they are to travel to a country they don't know, or even if they know, to consult the travel medicine clinics about what conditions are common in these countries, what precaution do they need to take, any vaccinations they need to also be given, and what medication before traveling. Also, when they come back, whether they are going home for holiday or going for a business trip, they need to be very aware that any new symptoms, any condition that they are feeling different, they need to consult travel health medicine.
The Minister of Health collaborated with the College of Travel Medicine of the Royal College of Physicians and Surgeons in Glasgow, UK, from 15th to 19th September 2019 to train 60 healthcare workers, from doctors to nurses, in primary healthcare institutions from all governorates of the Sultanate of Oman in the travel medicine service.
Travel health, it's important to see your doctor or nurse, because the people that get travel health advice before they travel, they're not the ones that get sick. The people that get sick tend to have no information and no protection. Sometimes you might need an injection or tablets from your doctor before you travel, but many times you may not even need that. So dengue fever, for example, there's no injection, but your doctor or nurse that knows travel medicine can give you advice and information to stop you getting that illness when you travel abroad. So it's important that you should see your doctor or nurse before you travel on your holidays or business trips.
The implementation of the travel medicine services is designed to enhance national health security by preventing any infectious diseases or outbreaks associated with the travel of Omanis or non-Omanis outside the Sultanate, and meeting the requirements of joint external assessment and comprehensive health care. Themes related to judicial and administrative functioning of the courts was at the center of the meeting of the chairman of appeal courts and public associations. The meeting also discussed litigation procedures and the importance of easing them. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Sheikh Dr. Ishaq bin Ahmed Al Busaidi, Chairman of the Supreme Court, a Deputy Chairman of the Supreme Judiciary Council. Discussing cooperation aspects between the Ministry of Manpower and the Arab League Educational, Cultural and Scientific Organization, ALESCO, topped discussions of His Excellency Sheikh Abdullah bin Nasser Al Bakri, Minister of Manpower, and His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Ould Umar, Director General of ALESCO. The meeting dwelt on the necessity that the outcomes of the technical and vocational education go in line with the current and future requirements of labor market. With the aim to enhance their awareness on the importance of the first aid of the injured person, Oman Medical Specialty Board organized an event titled I Am a Paramedic. The activity included practical training on methods of the first aid, in addition to training on the cardiopulmonary resuscitation and drowning and choking situations. The event also presented information signs of the stroke and drugs, which should be available in the home pharmacy. An exhibition on the Omani manuscripts was organized in the Wilaya of Nizwa in the Governorate of Ad-Dakhiliya. It shed light on the Sultanate keenness towards the manuscripts and introducing the intellectual heritage. It included various pavilions that contained rare manuscripts, among which are Ibn Majid's and many others. The exhibition also came to spread awareness on the significance of preserving such cultural heritage in the Sultanate. Two scientific projects were qualified on the level of the governorates of Ad-Dakhiliya and Al-Wusta to the final stage of Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry Innovation Award. The qualifying projects were evaluated by experts from the Chamber and the Research Council in an event organized by the Nizwa College of Technology. The first project was by a student in the Medical College at the Sultan Qaboos University, which was about the application of nanotechnology in a urinary catheterization. The second project that qualified to the final stage of the award was by Mohammed bin Abdullah Al-Abri, which is represented in a smart cooling bag that can be used as a small fridge to store food, stuff and water during camping and trips. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television. To end this news bulletin, here are the main points once again. Election committees in all the Sultanate's wilayas announced the preliminary list for Shura Council members' elections for the 9th term. UNICEF confirms the Sultanate's commitment with child laws and rights at the Arab International Conference on the Prevention of Child Abuse and Neglect in Muscat. And the Ministry of Health launches travel medicine clinics in the Governorate of the Sultanate. And with that, we do conclude this news bulletin brought to you live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. Thank you for joining us and good night.